Have you ever looked in the mirror and felt like your haircut was still neat and familiar, but no longer giving you the softness, life, and polish it once did? That moment is not just about hair. It is about recognition. After 50, your hair can change in density, texture, shine, and movement. A cut that once framed you beautifully can start making your face feel heavier or more tired than it really is. For mature black women, that conversation has even more nuance because texture, crown volume, edge softness, and melanin-rich beauty all matter. In today's video, we are walking through 5 haircuts that can make you look fresher, more lifted, and more radiant without chasing youth. We are not here to erase age. We are here to choose elegance, harmony, and confidence. Stay with me, because at the end, I am sharing a salon communication bonus that can keep you from leaving with a cut that ages you. Now, tell me where you are watching from, what time it is there, and what hair challenge you are dealing with right now. I read the comments, and I love meeting you there like sisters. Long layers with curtain bangs. Let us start with the style that many women secretly want to keep, but sometimes feel pressured to give up. Long hair. The truth is, length is not what ages you. Weight ages you. Flatness ages you. Hair that hangs with no shape, no lift, and no softness around the face can pull your features downward. But long layers with curtain bangs can completely change that story. When the layers are placed well, they create movement instead of heaviness. When the curtain bangs are shaped well, they open the face instead of closing it off. The result is softness around the eyes, lightness near the cheekbones, and a more graceful frame around the jaw. This cut is especially beautiful for women with medium to thick hair, women whose hair still holds shape well, and women who love the femininity of length. It can also work on silk-pressed natural hair, relaxed hair, soft curls, or a blown-out texture, as long as the ends remain healthy and the layers are strategic. If your hair is very fine, very sparse at the temples, or fragile through the ends, you do not need to reject this style, but you do need a gentler version. That means fewer layers, stronger perimeter weight, and bangs that blend without looking stringy. Here is what makes this cut look youthful in the most elegant way. First, the face framing pieces should not start too low. If every layer begins near the chest, the face gets nothing from it. Ask for movement that begins around the cheekbone, lip, or chin area, depending on your face shape. Second, the curtain bangs should feel airy, not bulky. You want softness that parts and sweeps, not a thick wall of hair sitting on the forehead. Third, the ends must still look intentional. Long hair over 50 looks expensive when the ends look cared for, not when they look tired and see-through. If your face is rounder, let the curtain bangs open longer and keep the front layers elongated. If your face is longer, do not let the front become too narrow or too vertical. You want a little side softness to balance the length. If you wear glasses, keep the bang line high enough that your frames still read cleanly and your eyes do not get visually crowded. If your cheekbones are your favorite feature, ask your stylist to let the first framing pieces kiss that area. This style is wonderful because it gives you options. You can wear it in a soft blowout, loose waves, a silk wrap, flexi rod bends, or a polished straight finish. For church, dinner, or an event, a round brush blowout with face framing sweep feels romantic and refined. For daytime, a softer, slightly undone finish keeps it modern. Add a little crown lift, and suddenly the whole face looks brighter. Pair it with gold hoops, a warm berry lip, or a clean neckline, and the elegance multiplies. Now let me tell you what to avoid. Do not let anyone overlayer your hair until the bottom half looks thin. Do not ask for curtain bangs if you are not willing to style them even a little. Do not keep long hair just to say you have long hair. Healthy length is beautiful. Stubborn length is not the same thing. A trim that protects fullness is often more youthful than extra inches that drag the eye down. When you sit in the salon chair, say this clearly. I want to keep my length, but I need shape around my face, movement through the mid-lengths, and softness that lifts me. That sentence can save you from a generic trim. And when this cut is done right, you do not look like a woman holding on to the past. You look like a woman who knows how to let softness and power live in the same frame. That is the difference. Chin-length precision bob with soft internal layers. Now, let us talk about the haircut that whispers polish before you even say a word. This is for the woman who loves structure, who wants to look put together, and who understands that a clean line can be incredibly powerful. But the reason this cut works after 50 is not because it is blunt. It works because it is blunt in the right place and softened in the right places. A hard, severe bob can make the face feel boxed in. A precision bob with hidden softness can make the jaw look cleaner and the neck look longer. If your hair has become finer over time, this cut can be a quiet miracle. Because the ends are kept fuller and more even, the hair immediately appears denser. Instead of wispy, uneven tips that make the hair look fragile, you get a stronger perimeter that reads healthy and intentional. This is why so many women feel instantly more expensive in a good bob. The shape gives authority. The softness keeps it feminine. This style is excellent for women with fine to medium density, women who wear glasses, and women who prefer a signature look. If your face is heart-shaped, the chin area can look beautifully balanced. If your face is square, ask for softness around the front corners so the look is not rigid. If your face is fuller, consider letting the bob fall just below the chin rather than exactly at the widest part of the jaw. When you ask for this cut, do not just say, "Give me a bob." Tell your stylist you want a chin length or slightly below the chin shape with density at the perimeter, very soft internal layering, and movement near the face. Those internal layers are important because they keep the hair from looking like one stiff block. You want polish, yes, but you still want air inside the haircut. If your hair is relaxed or silk pressed, a slight bevel under the ends can be beautiful. If your natural hair is stretched and shaped into this silhouette, the effect can be equally elegant, with a smooth finish and soft volume at the crown. Parting matters here too. A side part can instantly create more lift and softness, especially if you feel your face needs a little asymmetry to look brighter. A center part can be chic, but it needs the right facial balance and enough density to avoid exposing too much scalp. If you wear earrings, this cut frames them beautifully. If you wear bold frames, tucking one side behind the ear gives the whole look a modern intelligence. Pair this haircut with clean necklines, a tailored blazer, or a rich lip color, and suddenly the entire image feels intentional. The mistakes to avoid are very clear. Do not let the bob land at the most unflattering point of your jaw. Do not let anyone thin out the ends so much that the fullness disappears. Do not wear it bone straight with zero movement if that makes your face look severe. And please do not assume a sleek finish means flat roots. A little crown lift is often what keeps this cut youthful and alive. Maintenance is also part of the beauty of this style. It usually needs more regular shaping than a longer cut, but the daily styling can be simpler. Wrap it at night, protect the ends, use a lightweight serum, and avoid heavy oils that collapse the shape. When this cut is right, you look like a woman who values refinement, not fuss. One glance in the mirror should tell you the line is clean and the face is lifted. Shoulder length. Textured shag. If you want a haircut that feels alive, modern, and just a little bit rebellious in the best way, now, I know the word shag can scare some women because it brings up old memories of something choppy, wild, or difficult to control. That is not the version we are talking about. The modern shag is softer, more It is not about looking messy. It is about building movement into the haircut so the hair does not sit there looking tired. This style is especially helpful when your hair has started to lose energy. Maybe it is not dramatically thin, but it feels flat. Maybe it still has enough density, but it no longer holds shape the same way. Maybe you're tired of styles that look good for one day and then collapse. The textured shag solves that by spreading volume and motion throughout the haircut instead of concentrating everything at the bottom. That is why the face often looks more open and lifted with this shape. The eye sees texture, bounce and softness instead of a long, heavy curtain. For mature black women, this cut can be adapted beautifully across textures. On silk-pressed hair, it can look airy and glamorous with a little bend. On softly curled hair, it feels playful and full. On a stretched natural texture, it can create shape that feels relaxed but still intentional. On a roller set, it can look luxurious without seeming overstyled. The key is that the layers must be blended, not hacked in. What kind of life you really live. If you want a style you can shake into place, diffuse lightly, or refresh with a little mousse in your fingers, this may be your girl. If you need your hair to look rigidly perfect every hour of the day, this may not be your favorite. The beauty of the shag is that it still looks good with a little movement in it. In fact, that is part of the charm. The best version of this cut usually includes lift at the crown, softness around the cheekbone area, and an airy perimeter that still preserves enough fullness. You may want curtain bangs, wispy bangs, or a side-swept fringe depending on your forehead, glasses and face shape. If your face is long, too much height without enough side softness can lengthen you more, so ask for balance. If your jaw is stronger, the layers can soften that beautifully. If your cheeks are fuller, keep the face framing pieces intentional so the volume does not bunch. Product choice matters with this haircut. A lightweight mousse, texturizing mist, or soft curl cream can bring it to life. But heavy grease, sticky sprays, or too much oil can make the shape collapse. And one more thing. This haircut looks younger when it still looks moisturized. Texture is beautiful. Dryness is not a style. That is true whether your hair is straightened, waved, or worn closer to its natural pattern. This cut also has wonderful range. It can go with denim and hoops for a casual day, then turn around and look artistic and elegant with a rich lipstick. It gives a woman personality without requiring her to perform youth. It simply says she still has spark, taste, and movement in her spirit. So when you talk to your stylist, say you want a soft shoulder-length shag with blended layers, shape at the crown, and movement that flatters your face. The right shag does not make you look undone. It makes you look interesting. And sometimes that little shift is exactly what brings a woman back to herself. Tell me in the comments, are you drawn to more softness, or do you like a little edge in your hair? Soft layered bob. If there is one haircut on this list that almost never goes out of style, it is the soft layered bob. This is the woman's woman haircut. It is classic, flattering, easy to wear, and incredibly forgiving when it is customized well. What makes it special is that it gives you the freshness of a shorter shape without forcing you into something harsh or dramatic. It offers bounce, softness, and facial framing all at once. And for many women over 50, that is exactly the sweet spot. The reason this bob works so well is simple. As hair changes with age, it often loses body. It may still be beautiful, but it can stop moving. A heavy one-length bob can make that more obvious because all the weight sits in one place. But when you add soft layers, especially around the face and crown, the haircut starts to lift itself. Suddenly the hair looks fuller, the cheekbones look brighter, and the entire face feels more awake. It is almost like good lighting, but built into the cut. This style can be adapted for almost every face shape. If your face is rounder, a slightly longer bob with subtle layers can elongate you. If your face is oval, you have room to play with shape. If your jaw is angular, feathered layers around the front can ease that beautifully. If your face has softened with age and you want more definition, a bob that lands just below the chin can help frame the lower face in a very flattering way. This is why the soft layered bob has such staying power. It listens to the woman wearing it. For texture, there are many options here. On relaxed or silk-pressed hair, it can look sleek with a touch of bend. On natural hair that has been stretched or set, it can look plush and elegant. On fine hair, the layers should be subtle so you do not lose density. On thicker hair, you can invite more movement without making the ends look weak. Bangs are optional, but side-swept bangs can be wonderful to soften the forehead. Long face-framing pieces can do something similar if you do not want a formal bang. This is also one of the easiest cuts to personalize through styling. You can wear it smooth and tucked behind one ear for a polished minimal look. You can add soft waves for a more relaxed romantic finish. You can round the ends inward for classic femininity, or keep them slightly airy for a more current feel. Add subtle color dimension, especially a warm brown glaze, soft caramel ribbons, or beautifully blended grey, and the shape becomes even more alive. The glow matters. The harmony matters. Now let us talk about what can make this cut miss the mark. Too much stacking in the back can date it. Ends that are too blunt and heavy can drag it down. Too many layers on fine hair can make it collapse. And if the cut ignores your natural texture and your real daily routine, it will not feel easy, no matter how pretty it looked in the salon. That is why the consultation matters as much as the cut itself. What I love most about the soft layered bob is that it can be a reset without being a shock. It is perfect for the woman who has worn the same style for years and knows she needs a change but does not want to lose herself in the process. It brings freshness, but it still feels like you. And sometimes that little return of bounce, shape, and softness is all it takes to make a woman stand taller. Side-swept pixie lift. Now, for the woman who is ready for a real shift, let us talk about the side-swept pixie lift. I call it a lift because that is exactly what this cut should do. It should lift the crown, lift the eyes, lift the whole energy of the face. Too many women hear pixie and imagine something severe, too short, too exposed, or too masculine for their spirit. But a properly shaped pixie with a soft side-swept fringe is not harsh at all. It is elegant, controlled, and deeply confident. It does not say you gave up on your hair. It says you know exactly what deserves to be seen. This cut is especially strong for women dealing with fine hair, thinning at the crown, or a growing frustration with styles that require too much effort. Removing weight can make the hair appear fuller, not thinner, because the volume rises instead of dropping. And when the top has movement and the fringe sweeps gently across the forehead, the face gets softness exactly where it needs it. That is why this style can be so flattering on oval faces, heart-shaped faces, and longer faces that benefit from width and openness. For mature black women, the pixie also plays beautifully with texture and colour. A close-cut natural pixie can look regal with defined shape and clean edges. A relaxed pixie can feel silky and sophisticated. A tapered silhouette with a little height at the top can be breathtaking with silver or deep espresso tones. Add a beautiful brow, a polished lip, and an earring that deserves attention, and suddenly the whole face becomes the statement. The secret is in the softness. You want the stylist to preserve femininity through the fringe and crown, not chop everything into a flat cap. Say clearly that you want lift on top, side-swept movement in front, softness around the temples, and a clean but not severe taper through the sides and back. If you have concerns about your ears, neck, or forehead, say that too. A good pixie can be adjusted to honour those sensitivities. This is not about forcing you into exposure you do not want. It is about revealing your best balance. This cut is ideal if you want less time under the dryer, less detangling, and less daily negotiation with your hair. But let us be honest. It does require shape maintenance. A pixie usually needs more regular salon visits because once the outline grows out, the effect changes. So this is best for the woman who loves a clean look and is willing to keep it tuned up. To keep it modern, use lightweight products. A little mousse, texturizing spray, or a soft pomade is enough. Too much product can make the hair stiff or greasy. And the overall styling should never look helmet-like. You want touchable control, not shellacked perfection. Pair the pixie with open necklines, beautiful studs or hoops, and posture that says you are at home in your own skin. If you are transitioning from longer hair, this can feel emotional, so do not let anyone rush you. Ask to see where the fringe will fall. Ask how the crown will be built. Ask how it will look on day 10, not just salon day. Because the right pixie is not just a haircut. It is a decision to let your features lead. Try this week. Stand in the mirror, pin your hair back softly, and look at your cheekbones, your eyes, and your jaw. You may realize your face has been ready for this cut long before your mind was. More than you knew. Before you ever let the scissors touch your hair, I want you to have one more tool because the haircut is only half the story. The other half is communication. A lot of women leave the salon disappointed not because their stylist is untalented, but because they asked for a style name instead of a result. Saying, "Give me a bob, a shag, or some layers," is not enough. You need to describe what you want the haircut to do for your face and for your real life. Start with your pain point. Say, "My hair is getting flatter at the crown," or "The front is making my face look heavy," or "I want softness around my eyes, but I do not want my ends to look thin." That gives your stylist something useful to solve. Then describe your lifestyle honestly. Do you wrap your hair at night? Do you use heat once a week or almost never? Do you wear your natural texture most days? Do you need a style that still looks good when humidity enters the chat? Next, talk about the shape you want. Ask for lift at the crown if your face needs brightness. Ask for movement around the cheekbones if you want softness. Ask for density at the ends if your hair is fine. Ask for a fringe that opens the face if you are worried about harsh lines. If you wear glasses, say that immediately because the haircut has to work with your frames, not fight them. If your edges are delicate, say that too, because a cut that relies on thick front density may not be the smartest choice for you. And here is something I really want you to stop saying. Just do whatever you think. That sounds easy, but it gives away too much control. Another risky phrase is, Make it low maintenance if you do not define what that means. Low maintenance for one woman means air dry and go. For another, it means 15 minutes with a round brush. Be specific. Bring 1 or 2 inspiration photos, but do not worship the photo. Use it as a conversation starter. Ask, what part of this can work on my hair texture, my density, and my face shape? And if something feels wrong during the appointment, speak up early. If the front is getting too short, say it. If the layers look thinner than expected, ask about it. Elegance is not silence. Elegance is self-advocacy with grace. The best salon visits happen when you and your stylist are building the cut together, not when you are hoping to be rescued at the end. The right haircut will never turn back time, and it does not need to. Its job is to honor the face, texture, and presence you have now, and help you show up looking as radiant as you are. So choose cut that gives you lift, softness, and truth. Then wear it like a woman who knows she is still becoming. If this blessed you, like the video, subscribe, and ring the bell so we can keep growing together. And in the comments, leave this phrase, softness with power. I will see you next time.